and welcome to the Growth Mastermind group call, hosted every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time by myself, Tony, and Peter. So today we're going to have a roundtable style open discussion, brainstorming, masterminding session with our panel of experts. We have Ron, Matt, we have Troy, as well as Enrique. So yeah, guys, I guess if you're answering a question or speaking, feel free to introduce yourselves and, anything you want for everybody here on the call to know about you or your companies or anything like that. Feel free to do any sort of introduction. And yeah, let's get this thing going. So Peter, was there something you wanted to add, or I muted you?
Yes, there's a few things that I would like to bring up to kind of take this roundtable of marketing to the next level. It is, everybody knows that marketing is needed, but what exactly are the channels that we're gonna need in these kind of times that we live right now? What's gonna be the most I would say needed for a company to use as a channel to advertise their product, their service? Consider what's going on right now outside. Consider what is right now the most, I would say, predominant on the market as advertising. Like taking by example, what are you gonna choose now? If you have a product that they're gonna be like a watch, yeah. You're gonna choose Facebook, or you're gonna choose Instagram. You're gonna choose maybe something that has more pictures like Pinterest, or you're gonna choose something that's gonna be more like a video. What is gonna be, and this question is for everybody. So we're trying to kind of go back to this roundabout, and I just want to bring up this idea of advertising. It is different for every single company. And yes, we did talk about this, and I agree with, but can we go a little bit deeper, one notch deeper, and say, okay, what should be an entrepreneur looking for and choose as the main channels of advertising at the beginning, and why those channels, and what they should expect. And we can take like different fields or different examples and just brush through them a little bit and give a better understanding of what is needed now. Also, ads versus video, words versus audio, yeah, because we have now podcasts, we have still we have these blogs, we have a lot of pictures, images distribution like Pinterest and Twitter, and also we have a lot of video like YouTube, Vimeo, and everything else that has video.
That's a great question, Peter. And I just want to add to that, it really helps out also with the video. For example, like with our courses that we offer for my company, and it's always kind of good to be current too, because a lot of people that are offering courses nowadays, Grant Cardone and most everybody, within their courses, there's video. It's either mostly video or a combination of video and text. So one thing that I noticed, I don't have like a percentage, but I can say that we actually got a lot more sales once we incorporated video to the courses. So the information is the same. We still have the graphs and the examples and the quizzes at the end, and the text. But once we added videos, it's just because people kept asking me like, oh, I like your courses, I'm interested. Does it have video, by the way? And then they kind of seemed, some of them a little bit turned off by the fact that it didn't have videos. Once they found out that it had video, it's like, knock on wood, but up until now, like zero complaints or even suggestions of areas of opportunity, or rather improvements for our courses. So yeah, video is extremely, extremely powerful for sure. I think it's something that on that end, it could be applied across the board to, most industries, if not all. So yeah, I'll just add that. And then, you know what? So to be fair to Matt, we're going to go backwards. So Matt, I'm going to go to you first, sir. Here we go. To give you an opportunity to start off first. So I'm going to go ahead and mute you, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Well, that was on the high deal. That was the only question I heard. So why don't you take it to the other guys so I can hear a bit more?
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So Ron, we're gonna bring it back to you, sir. So Ron, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm sorry, guys. There's a lot going on my screen, so I'm trying to. One moment here. Let's see. I'm trying to go back to you, Ron. One moment. If you could try to mute yourself, go for it. And if you could help me here too, Mr. Peter. I'm trying to. We have a lot of people in the chat today, so this is on the call today. It's pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Is Ron still in? I don't.
I mean, Ron just dropped out.
He did drop out, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right. So Troy, you're here. Go for it, my man.
Okay. Great, Pete. Okay. Now, the question you're asking is something that I constantly hear clients with. You know, it's like, okay, which social media should I use? Okay, where should I advertise? How much should I spend? And I often say, okay, hold up, just pause. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the market. Okay, who is it that you're ultimately looking to reach? I mean, and on what problems you're looking to solve. So I often talk about the customer avatar. And Tony, if you're in digital marketer, you're going to hear customer avatar a lot because Ryan speaks about the customer avatar a whole lot. And it's understanding the pain points, understanding what it is, what result the customer wants at the end of the transaction. What's the transformation that needs to take place so that that person can feel satisfied that the money that they spent with you was good money spent. Because if they spent good money with you, chances are they're going to spend good money with you in the future. So you need to understand your market first. And Tony alluded to it early. You need to know your target market. And the more specific you are, the better it's going to be for you to go to the second M. So the first M is your market. Then we go to the message. What is it we want to communicate to that market? Do I want you to buy something from me? Do I want you to enroll in a course? Do I want you to get some free information? Do I want you to become a part of my group? What is that I need to communicate with that individual for them to know that I'm here to help? That is critical. So once you know the market and you know the message, it's going to make it easier to identify the medium that you're going to use. Because people forget social media, they forget the media side of it. Now, I came from traditional advertising. I was working at an agency. So when we speak about media, we are speaking about the vehicle to communicate our message effectively to our markets. So people forget that when it comes to social media, they're captivated by the social side of it, but the media side they forget. So based on my customer, I need to know where they're hanging out. Are they on Instagram or are they on Twitter? Are they on YouTube or LinkedIn? And this has a lot to do with what they're looking for and how they consume messages, what modality they're like. I mean, I don't read blogs, but I'll watch videos. I would watch hours of videos before I read a 10-minute blog. But there are others who would prefer to read because something happens not magically when you read, is that you can hear the voice and you can digest. Video is king because video allows this audio, this image. I mean, you can hear my passion. So some people are into video, yet some find video a little intrusive. I mean, it's like, why is this guy looking at me? I mean, I don't need him to be looking at me. So you need to first clarify. The first M is your market, then your message, your media, and the fourth M would be the money. How much money do you have to invest? If you're a small business, a solo entrepreneur, and your business has just been shut for the last 6 weeks, you don't have a lot of money, I'm not going to say to you to go and produce a blockbuster video production. Okay? And again, unless the individual believes that he can create an effective video from his cell phone, I'm not going to tell him to do video, because there's still some of that who still hook on believing that the only way that their video can be successful is if it's being produced by an award-winning video production team, because they're missing it. And I've said this before, that when persons consume video, they either consume it for entertainment or information. And if it's for information, then the requirements are far different. I don't need Dolby surround sound to deliver my message about branding. That's needed for the guy in Hollywood. So we just need to before we get to which media to use, clearly know your market, know your message, and know what money you have to invest. Hope that answers your question, Tony.
Awesome, man. No, really, really good stuff. And also, one thing that we've kind of tried out for the folks there on a really tight budget, one of the best webinars we ever did, where we had a lot of people sign up for it, it was actually a very plain video, no editing, like very minor editing. All it was our head trader driving around in his Lamborghini through a nice part of Miami. We're working Coral Gables, and it's kind of, there's like a really nice area next to it. Driving around those beautiful houses, palm trees, selling the dream from his car, just like this, just recording himself. You know, some parts were kind of tricky, you know, like when he was driving and stuff like that. But, you know, he pulled it off, you know. Yeah, it was a little hairy there. He pulled it off, and we actually had our best engagement. We had a lot of people sign up for that. And it was like no edits, no craziness, you know, going on. And so sometimes like that authenticity will really take you a long way. So, you know, I just want to give you some ideas, since the topic was on helping, you know, business owners, entrepreneurs with that may have tight budgets. So, okay, I see Ron here. I'm going to go back to you, Ron. I think you fell off there. Sorry about that.
No worries. I'm dealing with spotty internet, but I'm here again. All right. Honestly, I think Troy hit it on the head. It's just thinking about what your budget is and what your market's going to feel most comfortable with is everything under the sun with this. I mean, videos are way more powerful than most content. But if you're targeting a different demographic that all they get their information from is a newspaper, then you might want to be in newspapers. Now, I don't suggest using newspapers that often, but I do want to just keep that in mind, that it is an option and it is available. But I tend to always start with video, just because I always know a good video will go a long way if you're able to get the message really succinct and the budget is there. There's a lot of cheap places to get videos nowadays. You can get them on Fiverr. You can hire a local person to do it for you. You can do it on your own iPhone if you just buy a stabilizer or a tripod and a ring light and a microphone. Literally $50, you are good to go shoot a video, and you could probably make a really nice video on your own. So I do like to recommend it when possible, but again, it comes down to target market as often as possible, because you could make some of the most amazing marketing content, but if it means nothing to your target audience, then it fell flat completely. You could spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on video, but your target market never looks online. And they're actually only looking, like I said, in a newspaper, let's say. So just know your market before you go out there and spend, and know what they read or what they look at. If you've created a product and you think it is the best possible product in the world, but have never asked a single person what they think about it, or how they would react to it, or how they would want to buy it, and where they'd like to learn about it, then you're not selling a great product, and you're actually going to fall flat on your strategy. So the best thing I can stress is ask your market their questions. Ask as many people as possible. Even when I made my own logo for my company and we do marketing, I asked probably 50 of my friends. And I was like, what do you guys think about this logo? What do you think about these colors? And where do you think that you're going to find me as a company if I were looking for you as a business owner? I really tried to ask those pointed questions because I didn't want to just waste money everywhere. I learned a lot about what my audience wanted and what they didn't want, and then I worked from there. One thing I will stress, though, also on top of that, is not everyone is your audience. So while it is great to ask your family for their advice, and you totally should, they may not be the ones that would buy your product. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes it's tough because you go to people that you think, oh, everyone's going to help me, but my mom is not going to buy my product. She is not running a business and she doesn't do marketing. She probably has no idea what marketing is. So if I can stress to you enough, look at someone who understands it and go to them first, and go to the person who's your market. Don't just go to friends.
I agree 100% there. And then also, just to kind of add to that, and also guys, you know, and for everybody here, you know, if you're going to reach out to somebody who you consider an expert, right? If you reach out to somebody for advice, accept the feedback, you know, leave emotions out of it. Don't get sensitive. You know, when I first started where I'm at right now, you know, I come from a heavy sales background. Then I started doing the social media marketing. And, you know, in the beginning, I had just learned Photoshop. So I was doing these memes and this other stuff, getting creative and trying out all sorts of funky different things, thinking it was like the Mona Lisa. I'm thinking like, this is like perfect. This is gonna, you know, it's gonna be a hit. We're gonna get so much engagement and likes. And I would show it to my boss, and he's just like, Tony, no, just yeah, it's let's start over. Sit down. Let me go ahead. And, you know, so you got to keep an open mind. You have to accept the fact that there are people that know more within that specific field. That's why you reach out to them. They're experts, or somebody that you know that know more than you do. So if you're gonna reach out for advice, accept the advice, accept the feedback, take it. Don't get offended or get emotional. And sometimes I kind of see that sometimes out there with business people that you get the feedback and then you're not happy with the feedback, or if you don't want the feedback, then just don't ask in the first place.
Exactly.
So something I just kind of wanted to throw out there. So
Yeah,
great
Tony,
stuff.
can I just add one more thing? I'm so sorry. As you were talking about it, it came to mind.
Yeah.
Process is key here. And one thing that I've experienced a lot of the times, like we make a lot of videos that are very forced sell. And I know that somebody on the team brought this up a little earlier ago. It's like sell, 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 sell. And you're never really educating about the brand or the purpose or really inspiring the person to want to connect with you and then buy. So don't be afraid to make a few videos that aren't forcing a sell. Don't be afraid to make an ad or two that isn't a direct sell, and don't be afraid to share people on that information too, because it builds the brand. Because if you are seeking the advice of an expert, a lot of the times they will tell you, we could sell your product, but you got to sell you first. You got to sell your brand first. You got to sell the concept first. So be open-minded to that. That's just something. It's tough to spend money on branding. A lot of people are like, a lot of my clients are always like, I don't need to spend money on branding. It's a waste of money. It's really not. It builds a sales funnel to create a really warm or hot lead compared to just going in cold and always getting failures or always losing it every time. So just thinking out loud as you were talking about taking advice, sometimes it's hard to hear that, but it's good to not always think that you have to sell.
No, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go back to Enrique here because I don't think he had responded to one of the things that we were talking about. So Enrique, if you're still there, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, sir. So you are unmuted. Not sure if he's still there.
Yeah. Still here. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what he just said, about, hey, look, you don't always have to just sell, right? Like selling is always something there, yes. But also when you're trying to build rapport with people and you're trying to build your personal brand, even your company brand in a group, like you don't want to be known as the guy that's just trying to pinch pennies from people, who's just trying to shake people for their money. So like when you said, hey, just create some videos, like just give value, just be yourself. Dude, you're absolutely right. 100% right. You that's just something like you got to do. And it's even good to give more free stuff than less. Like you can always sell people. People, they're going to come to you once they see like, oh my God, this guy gives so much value. I want to work with him. I want to give him my business. I like him. Because we've all gone to people for help, looking to learn stuff, and they don't even budge, right? Or they'll send you a link to opt in or maybe buy something from them, which like, hey, business is business. There's a time for that, sure. But it goes a long way. So I'm glad you brought that up. That's a very important point. And definitely, when it comes to influencing people, oh man, it goes such a far way. It goes so long. So I don't know, Tony, did I answer your question? I kind of forgot what you asked.
No, I think you did. Yeah, I think you did. Good stuff. So, Peter, I see it's just trying to keep track of everything here. I see it's close to 9:30. I know we started a little bit late. Did you want to throw out there one more question for our roundtable group, or what did you want to do?
We have a question from Gunter. He has a question. So let's hear from him first. Do you want to ask or you want us to ask for you? Okay. Let me just unmute it. Gunter.
Great. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks for this call. It's difficult Sundays, so it's a great effort that you're doing here. So I really appreciate it. So my question is, what do you guys think about TikTok? Because it has exploded, but my belief, and let me know if I'm wrong, is that it's only for the entertainment industry. Like people are not looking for professional advice there. So for example, I'm a licensee of Grant Cardone. So do you think on TikTok people look for that professional advice, or right now it's not a very mature social media?
Gunther, I have no say in this because we don't use TikTok. It's so new. I've never used it personally. But I see that Matt may have something to say about that, some input for us. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute Matt.
Right.
I'm trying to find him here. Peter, if you see him, please unmute him. I'm trying to find, oh, here we go. All right, you're unmuted,
Matt. Gunther, right?
Yes.
I've been studying TikTok for the past like 2 months, let's say, and I have been analyzing how the platform works, what things that I've been doing. Right now, statistically, maybe Ron can confirm this, it's like how Facebook was 5 to 7 years ago. If you go back 5-7 years ago, what Facebook was, it was just all college kids and all the elder people saying like, what am I supposed to do in Facebook? It was just, you know, people trying to hook up, you know. But now we have millions and millions of people in Facebook and everybody's there. It's like the major communication platform. Right now, TikTok is going through the same thing. You say it's for entertainment. It is like that now, but it is getting, I would say, tons of attention from the other markets, from the other businesses. Right now, what I see, everybody's at the stage of how they can implement their kind of business to TikTok. And I'm telling you, that's one of the ways that if you find your way in, that you can explode probably 100 times faster from any other platforms that you would want to go in for free. That's what I think. And and okay, this is what I've done. Like I've been following all those businesses, how they are implementing their profiles. I've seen local brands doing better than the major brands. Like there was this local Harley Davidson shop. I think I forgot what state was, that they have like hundreds of thousands of followers and interactions, doing ridiculous videos and sales. And versus Harley Davidson brand itself, they had like maybe a couple thousand followers on TikTok. So it's like up to you what you want to put. Right now, I agree. There's a majority of people that are just, you know, putting out there how to dance, you know, showing little tricks and stuff. But I tell you, it's converting to a bigger platform than it's just for entertainment.
Hey, can I add to that real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, you said you're selling Grant Cardone licensing, right? So on TikTok, I would just try to target the people that try to make money. You know, like you got a certain age group of people, or you got a certain group of people that you're selling that stuff to, right? Okay, great. So you work on that and you narrow down your marketing to that on TikTok, and then you create your videos around sales, around selling products, or around the benefits of them working with you. You know what I mean? So like go off a demographic. Like literally just go off a demographic. Like if you're not familiar with TikTok, great. Experiment with a bunch of different shit. You can't go wrong. Either way, you're just going to learn stuff. You know what I mean? But the more you do that, the more you hone down, the more you chisel. So go off an idea, run that idea. If it doesn't work, great, change it. If it does work, great, run that till it runs dry.
And I will add also a small idea to TikTok, because I'm watching a lot of Gary Vee. One of the things that Gary is always saying is like, people please go on TikTok, and I'm trying to understand why. So yes, he has a lot of entertainment. Like you can be like distracted the whole day with things. However, because they're short videos, the ability of, the possibility for you to promote something on a short base, like under 1 minute, it's higher. People are watching more. There are more viewers for the same video that Gary has it on TikTok than the Gary has it on YouTube, because of the same idea. It's short video, like and it's very hard to kind of focus on like a 1 hour video, but when you watch it on TikTok, he's like breaking very nicely, and you have like just bits enough for to trigger some interest. Then if you want to watch the full video, you can go on YouTube. But it's a good trigger for getting new clients in. So I will definitely consider it. Also, he has a lot of I think like a few days ago, Gary Vee just raised like almost $3 million. Being on TikTok, he has like one of those I think donation button, and you can actually create like a raise funds for something, create like improvise something, and get the attention of your people, and you do something interesting there. Like he was doing basically just invite famous people. He invite like everything from actors to YouTubers to everything that you can find out there that people that had interest, they follow. And to a certain point, it was almost like, I would say like close to 1 million viewers on the same time. That's impressive. I mean, to have 1 million viewers, it is something that, but this is because of the way that it's structured, I think. So to be considered.
Yeah, and Pete, I like what you said about, you know, TikTok being shorter videos. It's good because it really teaches you how to work that elevator pitch, how to deliver what you're trying to say within 60 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's super essential, especially with networking or even sales in general. Like, you just got to get that down. And, you know, the faster you get that down, like Grant's just so compelling in a video. So is Gary. Like, they just got that down. That's just who they are now. So TikTok, if you think about it, it could be an excellent training app just for getting yourself in front of a camera, getting that talent down. Like here's the thing about perspective. Like, if we just kind of see things a little differently, it could totally change our state and how we go in and about it. So next time you guys go into TikTok and you're brand new to it, look forward to it. Like, hey, look, this could be training for myself. I could really elevate my sales with this little app called TikTok. I don't know why the hell it's called TikTok anyway. Maybe because it's only a minute video. That kind of makes sense now that I think about it. Well, use that to your advantage.
Yeah, very good. And Enrique, I think I may have to hit you up later on to get some good ideas about content creation with something like TikTok. I believe in trying to make most use of every tool that's out there and seeing what works and what doesn't, and that's something that really haven't dived too deep into. So I just want to ask one quick question for you guys, and I guess we could just wrap it up there. What do you guys, Troy, did you have something to add to that?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I wanted to share,
okay.
Quickly on TikTok. When I think of TikTok, and I've actually been on there for a while. I've been looking at it. And what I would say to individuals who are looking at TikTok as a marketing tool, I would say, one, think in terms of edutainment. Think in terms of how you can convert your message into something that's going to be entertaining. When you think in terms of TikTok, I'm thinking in terms of like the Geico commercials, which are entertaining, but still there is education and there's a message in there. The second strategy I would say to individuals is to look at influencer marketing. And then look at the persons who are being able to reach your potential market. And partner with those who already have massive followings, right? And because a lot of them are not like business people, I think it's going to be easier to negotiate some really lucrative deals with them. And the third thing I would say is that these 16-year-olds are going to be 20 in 4 or 5 years. So this may be an excellent opportunity to start seeding and growing your future market. So that's why I will be thinking of using TikTok, growing your future market, and investing now, because the decisions that they're going to be making in 20 years could very well be based on information that they're now getting access to at this time. That's why I don't want to add those 3 quick strategies for TikTok.
Awesome. Thank you, Troy. So you did it to yourself, so I'm going to have to hit you up as well for some ideas on TikTok content creation. That's awesome. I want to get Ron's input. I don't see Ron in the chat, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw my question out there. So one thing that we're trying to do.
Ron is there. Ron is back.
He is there. Oh, I see him. He's there. All right. Yes, let me take advantage now that he's. All right, Ron, what are your thoughts on TikTok, sir?
Awesome. So I love the idea of using TikTok. I don't love the idea that China's taking all of our information on the back end. No political comments there. I'm just putting it out there. But I think at the end of the day, there is a lot, Gary Vee says it really well, and I listen to a lot of his stuff. And he clearly said, you know, whenever you think that something might be tedious or new and fresh and might be out of your demographic and age, there's probably the meaning that you probably should learn it a lot and get really deep into it and be the first one to hit that market as soon as possible. So if you don't understand TikTok and you're not sure that it's something you want to dabble into just yet, that tells me that you probably should, because it is so much value. People had no idea what Instagram would do for the market. They had no idea what Snapchat would do for the market. There were so many new innovative, Pinterest. Those are all platforms that at first got a lot of skeptical views of how would this create revenue for you as a business? How can you advertise properly on it? The opportunity is there. You just have to dive in and learn it as soon as possible. So I highly recommend TikTok. I'm still even fresh on TikTok and understanding it and understand the value of it. I think Troy hit something really good there is edutainment. It's similar to Snapchat. You want to put out information there that's relatable and funny and captures an audience. It's a really good chance to create your brand. So if you have a brand that is in that manner, very relatable and fun, or you want to create that aspect of your brand, those type of new platforms are the perfect place to pilot it and run it, because you can generate a very, very fresh following of people who could either be buyers now or buyers later. And just by developing your brand through a platform like that, you can really create a new image, a new brand voice for yourself, a new brand personality through a new platform. A lot of the times people think your brand has to be super, super consistent on every single platform. The messaging and the values and the colors should all stay consistent, but sometimes your brand voice can be different depending on the platform. So take advantage of TikTok and see if there's a new brand voice you can develop for your company. I can tell you now, most major insurance companies had no idea that they would be in such a funny, witty space of competition where they're all coming up with funny, cool, quirky ways to relate to their audience, from the Geico commercials all the way down to Progressive. I mean, you see it across the board. And a great place to test those things out on are new marketing platforms like ones like TikTok. So if you're considering being funny or witty or trying something new, I would recommend looking into TikTok and trying it out.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's funny too, because people, they see a new app come out and they think like, oh my God, this is totally new. No, it's always been around. It's just in a shorter time frame. That's all. It's just on a different app, different name. You know, it's the same thing. It's just rinse and repeat. Maybe a little tweak here and there. That's all.
Exactly.
Hey guys, Tony, before I leave real quick, can I give everybody something for free?
Yes, sir. Please do.
Yeah, so everybody that's listening to me, thank you for listening, and I'm glad I got to listen to everybody here too. But before I sign off, I just want to let everybody know, look, guys, shoot me a text or follow me on Instagram. I'm going to put it in the chat below, but I want to give everybody a free marketing consultation call. So basically, if you got any question about marketing or how to do your approach or what social media works best, if you're in e-commerce or your business or whatever, you're not sure what steps to take or how to go about it as far as priorities, we'll hop on a quick phone call. I'll go over that for you for free. I'm not going to sell you at the end. This is just me just giving you a free phone call. We all want free help. There's nothing wrong with it. So I would love to provide that value for you guys. I'm going to send that information in the chat below. So follow me and shoot me a text. We can schedule a time and we'll hop on a quick phone call. I guarantee you'll be able to walk away from that phone call with a strategy plan that you can use. And it will work if you implement it consistently. So that's all I want to say. Thank you for letting me say it. Guys, I'm going to sign off here. Thank you for your time. Troy, great job. Ron, great job. Gunther, thank you for the questions. Peter, thank you for having me. Everybody, thank you very much.
Don't forget, next Sunday, we're going to have the Unleash the Power Within You. So try to be there, Enrique. We make sure, everybody's going to be there. So
all right. That's my kind of topic, too.
Nice.
Thank you for telling me.
Thank you, Enrique. Good job, man.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Right. So,
Thank you, Enrique. You too. So, and real quick, I'll just keep this open as I think is a good wrapping up point here, Peter. It's 9:40. So guys, just go ahead and drop in your contact info, Matt, Ron, Troy, so people could get in touch with you should they have any questions about anything. And so as Peter mentioned, next Sunday, we're going to have a nice presentation with Tony Robbins' peak performance strategist, Brian Mayral. So if you haven't already RSVP'd, make sure you do so. You could do so from our Facebook group and page, Growth Mastermind Group. We have it pinned to the top, so just go ahead and click on the event link. You can go ahead and register for that. So keep this open here for just a little bit longer here. So yeah, I see Matt now put his information as well as Ron. And Troy, if you want to add that in there too as well. I'll just keep this open here just for the, and there's Troy. Awesome. All right, guys. So once again, thank you so much. I know we started a little bit later, went a little bit longer. I can't thank you enough. This has been a lot of fun. Troy, Enrique, Ron, Matt, awesome stuff, guys. You guys really rocked it.
Yeah.
Gave me some great ideas, so I'm really appreciative to you all. And we're gonna have some follow-up conversations on TikTok. So we'll be in touch either way for sure. So thank you guys once again. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Peter, did you have anything else to add?
Well, thank you very much, and hopefully everybody that's present today, we're going to see each other next week on the 14th, which is going to be an awesome session.
Yes.
We're going to unleash some power.
Sure, beautiful, man. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just want to say thanks, Tony and Pete, for that opportunity to be on another stage. It was always a joy sharing with you guys. You're now two of my biggest supporters, and I really appreciate it. It was really good here to share in this forum. I mean, with the giants that you're on, and Enrique, Matt, really, really want to say thanks and appreciate it, guys. Any way I can be of help, I'm here.
Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night, guys. Thank you.